Good morning, everybody. Well, what do we do? I think things are happening that are not happening. I think things are out there that I can see that apparently you can't see. I think you're up to things. I think you or someone is doing things against me.
Hmm.
Okay. So if it's not accurate, we tend to call it paranoid. I mean, I have these thoughts that people are out to get me, that there's a plot, that there's something happening here, that there are people watching me, that there are people talking about me, that people are trying to poison me, trying to steal stuff from me. Yeah, yeah.
And Tipa, I want to say too, I think I've heard another word that's used in situations like this, which is
Mhm.
manipulation.
Oh,
She's trying to manipulate me. He's trying to
ah,
he just wants my attention. He just
he
wants.
wants my attention. Well, I would agree that the person is seeking attention, but the attention is being sought because they feel like probably you're someone who could you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Because at this point in time, what we want to keep in mind, manipulation, the ability to manipulate another, actually requires prefrontal involvement. You have to be able to see the other person's point of view, your point of view, and then figure out how to get where you want to be. Um, Unfortunately for this human being, where they are is in their primitive brain, their amygdala. They feel threatened. They feel threatened by what's happening. And when they feel threatened, five reactions: fright, flight, fight, hide, or seek. So, what we have is somebody who's in a deep state. They've got a lot of cortisol, they've got some adrenaline, and they are really misperceiving. Now, the misperceiving might be happening due to changes in the occipital processing center, the auditory processing center, the sensory motor center, or it could be due to thinking misconnections or hippocampal damage. And there's so many possibilities of where it could be originating. The problem that we're experiencing, though, is it's hitting the amygdala really hard. And that amygdala is changing blood pressure control, heart rate control, respiratory control, blood sugar. It could be changing sense of environment, hyper intensive visual, or inability to focus on anything. It could be that all this sound that it's being processed is actually being revved. The engine's getting revved up, muscles are tense. And overall, what is not happening is a lot of detail is not getting in. So you trying to explain it, you trying to get people to see it, you trying to get people to hear it differently, probably not effective. And classically, we refer to that as arguing. That idea that, Matthew, that's not true. Why do I do that? That's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. That's absurd.
Well, you
Matthew,
got to be because you keep taking my keys and you
no,
keep putting.
no,
Well, I
you
know you
moved
did
it.
it.
I mean, Matthew, I'm telling
No,
you right now, I did not move it. No one else is in the house. You did it.
you keep
You just don't
stealing it.
remember. Remember, you have that, you have, now let me just say, you just don't remember, as though the person could arbitrarily do both of those things at the same time. What we're noticing, and it's important for us to pick out, what we're noticing is a brain dysfunction. We're noticing an a not working right, but it's not working. It's not working right. So it's doing stuff. I mean, and that's that tricky part about brain when people talk about loss of function. It's not that I'm not functioning, it's that I'm misfunctioning. It's misfiring. The synapses are working, but not like they should. So, unfortunately, it's not that I don't see anything, it's that what I see is scary to me. It's not that I don't hear anything, it's what I hear that my brain makes up a story about. It's not that I don't remember, it's that I misremember. So, now the other option is to, I mean, like agree that that's what's happening. And it's like, but I, now this is the disconnect in your brain. Your brain is going, but that's not true. I mean, understood. So now we're at a place where the most I can do right now is acknowledge. I can acknowledge. So when Matthew says, let's see what
Oh,
he says.
I mean, look, I know you took my keys again because they are not where I always
Oh,
put them. They are not where I put those.
so your keys are gone. They are
Well,
not where they usually are. And And you're thinking that I was the one that did that because
Well, yeah.
they are
You're-
clearly not here.
no, and you're the only one around here, so it's got
Right.
to be
You and
you
I are the
taking it.
only two people here. So I'm wondering, I do not remember picking them up. I mean, I honestly do not remember. I'm wondering though if they got picked up to go do something and maybe got laid or put somewhere safe.
Well,
Um,
I mean, but who else would it be? I mean,
yeah,
you're the
I don't.
I mean,
You're wondering who else? I don't have an answer to that. I hear you. I don't think I did it. And did you not? You said you didn't do it, right?
well, I always put them right here.
You do.
I
I mean,
always
this
put
you
them
have
right here.
a long history. You've always put them there,
Yes,
and
right
that's why
there.
when I don't see them, I'm like, oh, well, they're sure. You're right. They are not there. So they're gone. Do is it work? How about if we look? We were getting dressed to go. How about if we look in the bedroom just to see whether maybe in pants pocket? Check your pants pockets. Let's see. I'm checking mine. I don't
No,
feel them in
no, I
mine.
don't. No, they're not in my.
Okay,
No.
let's check. Oh, you know what? I think I said to you, get a water bottle out of the fridge because we had some that were cooling down in the fridge. Let's pull open the refrigerator door. Let's take a look in there. Let's see.
Wow, I mean, I
I
guess,
know it
but
is
that's
ridiculous, but I
ridiculous.
did say
I
go
wouldn't
get a
put that.
water bottle.
Oh,
So, oh,
well, I mean,
uh,
but I didn't put those
you
there.
might not
Why
have.
would I
That
put them
might
in the
be, I mean, all
refrigerator?
I remember, the part I remember is get the water bottle. So that's why I thought of the refrigerator.
My gosh.
Man,
Well, who would have put that in there? Because
I have,
that wasn't me.
I'm glad we found them.
Well, yeah,
All
me
right, are we
too.
ready to head out?
Well, I mean, yeah, we need to get
You
going.
got the
We're running
water
late.
bottle, yes?
Yeah, I got the water bottle and I
All
got the
right.
key. Yeah.
Well, let's go. Oh, man. All right, pause. So, what you just experienced was a skilled ability to pause, to acknowledge, to recognize, to give that back and forth that was needed, to say, I don't remember doing that, but you're absolutely right. You do always put those there. Oh, I've got an idea. And that, oh, let's break this chain of cycling here. Did I ever lie? Did I ever tell a lie?
No, no. Not that I could tell in that moment, not that I'm picking up on. I mean, you literally went with what was happening in the moment.
Yeah. Trying to figure out, did I ever argue with you and say,
No,
no, no, no, that's not what
no.
happened? No.
I didn't feel like you were pushing back on me. No, I did
Uh-uh.
not.
Uh-uh. Yeah. And so what I did do that may not be as noticeable is I used a lot of cueing.
Hmm.
I got Matthew to regard the space that typically those keys are, and it's not there, clearly not. And then I also gave Matthew space to disconnect from me and look at the thing that we're looking for, to really attend to the thing or the idea or the verbal something. I am actually not front to front with
Hmm.
Matthew. And I think one of the challenges can be if we don't get in supportive stance. We also want to make sure that we are in a space where we're giving the person an opportunity to bring their amygdala down,
Hmm.
to feel heard and listened to, and to be acknowledged that this is a hard place to be. It's not working like it should. And you typically have always been a skillful, competent human being. So this is weird because it is, frankly. And then we move forward. So I did add in a little humor at some point because
And you
we
did.
needed to lighten it up a little bit. But
And I want to make note of that, Tipa, because it is one of those moments where this is probably not the first time this has happened for me. This is probably something that has been happening here and there, and with where my amygdala is, where my primitive brain has been, because I'm noticing these things happening, and I'm trying to make sense of why. And the support you brought and how powerful it is when you shift into supportive stance, that visual of us being together on this versus if you're in front of me, that natural instinct of, well, you're on the other side of this. And I mean, there's just something about that visual that it makes it
Mhm.
that much harder for me to
Yeah.
be in that moment and to start processing a little bit more. So that difference that makes when you shift over and now you're on my side.
Yeah. And so our message is don't lie, don't argue, get curious, and be with the person. So when I go with you, it doesn't mean that I see what you see. I mean, if I don't, I don't. What I could see is the keys were not there. What I could see is your distress about thinking the keys should be there and not having an idea. Your inability to recall what happened around the refrigerator. And it took me a second to recall what happened around the refrigerator because it's like, oh, I thought you had the keys. I'm like, surprise for both of us. So I'm the one that can do the pausing. I'm the one that can do the prefrontal. I'm the one that is actually, if you want to say this, I don't view it that way, but I guess some people might. I'm manipulating.
Mm.
So Matthew's brain is here, mine is there, and I'm manipulating myself to offer support. I think I'm doing my own homework to do that. I'm not trying to manipulate Matthew. I'm trying to support Matthew. But it turns out to do that, I've got to switch my position a little bit in what I think, what I feel, what I see, what I hear. But it doesn't mean I have to lie. And it doesn't mean I have to argue. So, till next time, if you're finding yourself in a challenging situation of not seeing things the same way, not believing things the same way, not experiencing things the same way, and you're stuck and you can't get in alignment, you cannot figure out how to do that. Maybe what you need is a third party to switch gears and get something different to happen. Because it could be we have to work on some skill development. Till next time, take care with your care, take care of yourself. Be well.